Nancy is in Coconut Creek, Florida. Nancy, I want to ask you about Florida. Does Clinton's campaign see that state as the best chance really to block Donald Trump's path to 270?
It's one of several important states that could help block his path, Elaine. The Clinton campaign is lucky that they've got a number of different ways that they can get to 270. Florida is one of them, certainly. It's one of the largest battleground states, 29 electoral votes up for grabs here. But she can also stop him, frankly, by winning in Virginia and Colorado, two states where she's been doing so well for months that her aides told me today she might not even go back to those states before Election Day. If she does win in those two states and wins in Pennsylvania, another state where she's been leading big for months, then all she needs to do is pick up a small state like New Hampshire, and she's gotten to 270. She could pick up North Carolina and get to 270. She could pick up Florida and get to 270. So, yes, she'd love a big win here. She's here for 2 straight days for that very reason, because early voting is going on this week, but it's one of a number of options for her.
Donald Trump has spent a significant amount of his time in Florida hitting Clinton on Obamacare. We know that Hillary Clinton responded in a radio interview acknowledging the costs have gone up too much. What's been the campaign's response on this issue?
Well, they put out a statement today saying that, essentially what she would do as president would be to try to fix Obamacare, while what Trump wants to do is rip it up and put 20 million more people off of the insurance rolls once again. So she's arguing that, yes, there are problems. Yes, the rates are going up, but that the best thing to do is to tweak it rather than ripping it up altogether. She's also arguing that there are other things that she'd like to do when it comes to the healthcare system, things like bringing down the cost of prescription drugs or enabling more people to get on the rolls of Medicare or Medicaid, possibly to create a public option. And what she's arguing is that at least she has plans when it comes to health care, while Donald Trump essentially has said that he'll come up with something better, but hasn't filled in the details.
Well, Nancy, while there in Florida, Clinton warned against complacency. How big of a concern is that for her campaign?
It is a big concern. In fact, her communications director, Jennifer Palmieri, told us on the campaign plane as we headed here to Florida that it's the one thing that keeps her up at night. You always want to be ahead. There's no question. It's better to be ahead than behind. But the problem when you're too far ahead is that a certain number of your supporters will assume that you've got it in the bag and they've got other errands to do on Election Day, and so they don't show up and vote. Combating that is a very robust Clinton get out the vote operation, whereby you've got volunteers and staffers pestering their voters day after day after day, particularly here in a state like Florida, until those people get out and vote. In fact, we've even been told stories about voters who have been told, look, if you don't want us to bother you anymore, if you don't want us to call you, if you don't want us to knock on your door, just go vote, tell us you voted, and then we will leave you alone. So there are ways to combat that complacency, but they obviously can't reach every single voter in every single battleground state. So they need to continue to argue that every vote counts, and that she can still lose key states like Florida, where it's already very close, if her supporters don't go to the polls.
All right, Nancy Cordes in Florida for us. Nancy, thank you.
You're welcome.